A client of ours that is a serious sport fisherman who fishes in all kinds of exotic locations with his Viking yacht asked us to develop what is basically a fisherman's base camp or a support vessel for sport fishing. And we found, I think, the perfect vessel. And in fact, we got a number of these vessels. And I wanted to talk about them. In doing our basic research, we got into the specifications of most sport fishing boats, like the Vikings. And we calculated in their weights and their fuel requirements and the amount of ice and what's their endurance to actually go someplace. And it became really clear that most all of the sport fishing boats have a limited radius of operation. So if they're somewhere in Florida, certainly you can do the Gulf Stream, you can go into the Bahamas, you can go down to the Keys, but you're probably not going to have the range or the ability to go to Costa Rica, to go on either side of the Panama Canal, to go different parts of Mexico, or some of the other more exotic fishing locations around the oceans. And so the platform that we found for this client, and we actually have a number of these boats available right now, is absolutely ideal for this purpose. And I wanted to tell you about these boats. The first thing, let me mention the value proposition, because the 175-foot base camp, and they're actually a 175 to 195, we have a number of these, is probably costs half as much as the sport fishing boat here on the back. So that's the value proposition. And we could actually carry 2 of those sport fishing boats or 3 of those sport fishing boats if several owners wanted to get together and take on one of these sort of mothership sport fishing platforms. And there are a number of technical attributes in the specifications of these boats that make them ideal. They've got about a 4,000 nautical mile range. They're shallow draft, and a lot of them have jet drives, so you can certainly go all over the Bahamas with them. They go up to 28 knots, so they can keep up with the fleet easily. They can carry enough fuel, as I said, they can do 4,000 nautical miles, but you can put on other tanks, and you could fuel a fleet of sport fishing boats and other toys, for a month. You'd have unlimited ice, you'd have unlimited fresh water from the watermakers, you'd have walk-in refrigeration, unlimited hot showers, hot tubs, good air conditioning on a stable platform. So let's dive in with Grant Moen, who actually did some concept designs that we're looking at here, and see what he says about these boats.
This design has been put together for someone, a sports fishing fan who likes to take something like a 40-foot game fishing boat on the back deck. You can see these boats have a generally low profile anyway, quite stable, and they're a planing hull. So you need to keep that center of gravity quite low, and that's what we've done. So this is one of the typical Gulf of Mexico fast cruise supply vessels, usually built out of alloy. It's a planing hull. The superstructure's all the way forward to give a large load-bearing deck. So this vessel, apart from carrying personnel out to the rigs, can also carry consumables, drill pipe, etc. Obviously the vessels need to be very manoeuvrable and have some sort of DP system when they're backing up to the rig. So you can see it's got 3 bow thrusters here. You're using something like a Hamilton or Camuwar jet on the stern. These particular vessels have 4 main engines, 4 propulsion units, and this one looks like it's even got a center booster as well. So quite fast, probably 30 knots plus for this sort of vessel. The pilot house has a view all around, once again for manoeuvrability and docking out at the rigs. And there's plenty of accommodation down here for personnel carrying them back and forth between ports and the offshore installations. And you've got some crew quarters down below the weather deck here, so the ship's operating crew can be on the boat permanent overnight. This one, instead of having jet drives, has a typical standard propulsion system with 4 propellers. We've been putting together some concept designs using this particular hull configuration. As you can see, this shadow vessel or a fishing vessel support. The bridge has been modified a little bit aft here to add a guest lounge. You've got some guest accommodation here on the weather deck, and then the ship's operating crew below the main weather deck. The large aft load-bearing deck here fitted as a large boom crane. Any sort of submersibles and fishing vessels, anything can be loaded onto these decks and offloaded with a large tonnage crane. We made some modifications to the shape of the bow. You've got some stainless steel railings, possible fairing on the hull with all grip paint. Totally specific details, but things can be added or subtracted to.
So I'll leave you here with a walkthrough video tour of one of the vessels that we have available. And I think that the condition of the vessel is very self-evident, and the no-nonsense systems, redundancies, and you'll see down in the hull all the extra space where you can add custom equipment to make this into your sport fishing support vessel.